And he was like, it's power, see? I can make a man, he said, if I can make a man suck my, I can make people do anything.
Sean Carter has been buying companies and stopping my projects for 15 years.
Oh, Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love. Now, Dr.
No,
Love,
Sean Carter.
Jay. Because I always heard their relationship was put together. Like it was, a business. Or I did hear that.
Him and Matthew Knowles had a deal and then he screwed him.
So Jaguar's got some serious tea brewing about the big shots in the industry, Z and Bey, and of course her favorite subject, Diddy. This time she's dropping bombs saying they're all mixed up in some shady stuff. And get this, the power couple's supposedly covering for Diddy's alleged crimes. Talk about a juicy scandal, right? It's like power protecting power.
I'm gonna make it easy. Sue me.
Yes,
I want to be sued. I want to be sued.
Jaguar's spilling the beans about supposed leaked footage from Diddy's crib and what really goes down there. We've all heard rumors about Diddy's legendary parties and how they can get pretty crazy, but Wright's dropping some serious tea that takes it up a notch.
This is the money. That's the money guy. That's where Diddy was getting all of his funds from.
So the latest buzz online is all about an investigation into Diddy's crib, all thanks to some legal drama. Sean Diddy Combs started off 2023 on fire, K-ing it on stage at the MTV VMAs, dropping a K-er R&B album that had Grammy buzz, and even talks of him buying up the BET network. But then things took a nosedive real fast. Later in the year, a bunch of lawsuits hit Diddy like a ton of bricks, accusing him of serious stuff like SA and H. This sudden shift from his earlier successes has definitely cast a dark shadow over his career, no doubt about it.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is accused of a lawsuit by R&B singer Cassie, claims that she was in a years-long relationship with Combs that also involved.
Okay, here's the scoop. Word on the street is that the authorities busted into some of Sean Diddy Combs' places as part of a massive federal investigation. According to a top-tier source in federal law enforcement, Combs is smack dab in the middle of a major probe led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. And guess who's leading the charge? None other than the Department of Homeland Security Investigations Transnational Organized Crime Division. So what's the deal? Apparently it's all about HT crimes.
But again, this could possibly be linked to investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive.
This investigation is happening right after some heavy-duty allegations were thrown at Combs in multiple civil lawsuits filed in New York. These suits, including one that landed in federal court just last December, hit Combs with some serious accusations of SA and even ST. But here's the kicker. Combs has been sticking to his vehemently denying these claims every single step of the way.
Combs' attorney calls the lawsuit absolutely baseless and vehemently denies the allegations against his client.
But his past is leading the people to somewhere else. Ex-boyfriends airing their feelings on social media can be cringeworthy, but Diddy seems to have taken it up a notch. Reports are buzzing that Jennifer Lopez, his ex-girlfriend, has also spoken out about Diddy, hinting that she might be addressing T allegations in the context of their past relationship. And as if that wasn't enough drama, just a day after pop singer Cassie filed a hefty lawsuit against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, her ex of 11 years, alleging continuous and emotional A, as well as R, both sides have now announced a settlement. I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, said in a statement. Combs issued his own statement saying, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." His lawyer, Ben Braffman, added in a separate statement that a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. The details of the settlement are still under wraps. This quick resolution comes hot on the heels of Cassie filing a lawsuit where she claimed that she was held down by Mr. Combs and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands. The allegations are heavy, detailing a cycle of A, violence, and ST, which allegedly involved violent and unlawful acts, like being coerced into engaging in S activities with male S workers, while Combs allegedly watched and recorded the incidents. It's a lot to take in.
Yikes. She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse, violence, and
baby.
In her lawsuit, Cassie further claimed that the music mogul, Sean Diddy Combs, once expressed intense anger about her dating Kid Cudi, going so far as to threaten to blow up Cudi's car. Remarkably, Cudi's car did reportedly explode shortly thereafter, according to the rapper.
Diddy threatened to blow up the rapper's Kid Cudi car in 2012 when he and Cassie were briefly linked.
This incident is not the first time allegations about Combs' damaging behavior in relationships have surfaced. In the 90s, Jennifer Lopez was in a relationship with Combs. While Lopez has not accused Combs of A, in 1999, the two were arrested together on a weapons charge following a triple shooting at a Manhattan nightclub. Lopez was charged with firearm possession, but the count was dropped within the hour. The current lawsuit alleges that at times, Combs asked Cassie to carry a purse. Let's rewind to the beginning, back to when Sean Diddy Combs and Jennifer Lopez stepped onto the red carpet at the 2000 Grammys, and the world witnessed a seismic shift. Diddy and JLo, a power couple back then, made a splashy appearance at the music awards show. Normally, their relationship would have been the talk of the town, but Lopez managed to steal the spotlight for a moment with a bold move. She rocked that unforgettable green Versace dress. That gown, with its sheer silk chiffon and plunging neckline, not only made waves in the fashion world, but also left a lasting mark on tech history. People online went crazy for photos of Lopez in that iconic outfit, and this massive demand actually played a role in the creation of Google Image. In a 2015 essay, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt mentioned, "At the time, it was the most popular search query we had ever seen, but we had no surefire way of getting users exactly what they wanted. JLo wearing that dress. Google Image Search was born." Looking back on it, Diddy admitted to Entertainment Tonight in 2017 that he had a feeling the dress would be a big deal, but he didn't realize just how huge it would become. And so, the journey through Diddy and Lopez's relationship unexpectedly took us on a detour to that iconic fashion moment at the Grammys 2 decades ago. Jennifer Lopez's love life has been a constant fascination in the public eye, dominating the cultural conversation for over 20 years. Before the days of Ben Affleck, A-Rod, or Mark Anthony, there was another A-list superstar who held her heart and promised a fairy tale ending, P. Diddy. Despite their relatively short time together, their year-long romance attracted more media attention than many celebrities receive in a lifetime.
When you were dating JLo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were gonna beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
However, JLo and Diddy's paths first crossed during the making of her debut album, On the Six. Back then, she was a fresh-faced newcomer, and he was a big-shot music producer everyone wanted to work with. Despite their different statuses, sparks flew between them from the get-go. As the century turned, they became one of the hottest couples around, grabbing headlines left and right. Whether it was their unique sense of style, teaming up on music projects, or heating up the public eye with their affectionate displays, JLo and Diddy were always in the media's spotlight.
Your honey, my sparks was just flying all off me. She was married at the time, so I was in my own relationship, so I had to have self-control. And then we just became friends.
Their relationship was marked by turbulence, characterized by infidelities, outbursts, and even an arrest. Looking back, it's evident that P. Diddy and JLo's union was ill-fated from the start. Diddy was in an on-and-off relationship with Kim Porter when he first encountered Jennifer on the set of his music video for Been Around the World in 1997. Years later, he revealed that he had intentionally tested the waters with Jennifer, partly to make Kim jealous and prompt her to come back to him. During this period, he would incessantly call Kim 50, 60 times a day while simultaneously being involved with Jennifer. The complex dynamic set the stage for a relationship fraught with challenges.
I didn't like him because, Sean and I were very different that way.
Kim's silence in response to Diddy's pleas exacerbated their already tumultuous relationship, characterized by a lack of commitment and maturity. Jennifer disclosed that she endured periods of turmoil while with Diddy, recounting moments of emotional distress where she felt overwhelmed, stating, "I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts, and it really threw my life into chaos." Diddy's rumored infidelities became a pivotal issue for Jennifer. As a prominent music mogul during the 90s, Diddy garnered a reputation as a charismatic figure, renowned for his relentless work ethic and vibrant social life. He frequented night spots, engaging with fellow artists and fans, often extending his outings until the early hours of the morning. His irresponsible and reckless conduct fueled suspicions for Jennifer, who harbored a deep-seated intuition regarding his fidelity. In a 2003 interview with The Vibe, she confessed, I never caught him, but I just knew. Jennifer even recounted instances where she scoured hotel rooms in a desperate attempt to locate him. The strain on their relationship grew increasingly palpable. So, everything took a sharp turn in December 1999 when Diddy and Jennifer got caught up in some serious trouble outside a nightclub in Manhattan. They ended up getting arrested on charges of having a gun and stolen stuff. But here's the kicker. Jennifer got let go pretty quickly because the cops figured she had nothing to do with what went down. Diddy, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. He had to go through a whole trial for bribery and having... Luckily for him, he ended up being found not guilty of all the charges.
It's hard. It requires so much trust.
Back in the late 90s, Jennifer Lopez and Diddy were the ultimate power couple, both at the top of their game. Even though Diddy was seeing model Kim Porter back then, he claimed it was love at first sight when he met Jennifer. You could see their affection for each other whenever they hit the red carpet or did interviews. They just couldn't help showing off their connection. But then, one night, things took a really bad turn. According to the New York Daily News, Jennifer and Diddy were supposed to go to a party at a club in NYC. They arrived separately and skipped the security checks. Once inside, they headed straight for the VIP section to keep away from the huge crowd. But things went south real quick when Diddy got into a heated argument with someone at the bar, and you could hear him shouting. Reports later said the guy was teasing Diddy about his money, and Diddy responded by throwing cash around. Security tried to break it up, but it got worse, and shots were fired. 3 people got hurt. 1 woman got hit in the face, and 2 others got shot in the shoulders. An eyewitness even said both Diddy and one of his crew were firing shots.
At that time, it was not going well. You know what I mean? That was who I was. That's how I was.
Diddy wasted no time getting out of there once the shots rang out, and Jennifer went right along with him, holding onto her hands as they left the club. But their getaway didn't last long. The cops caught up to them, stopping their Mercedes. And wouldn't you know it, they found a 9 Meduri hand stashed near Jennifer's feet in the car. Next thing you know, both of them were in cuffs, facing charges for having the... Jennifer had to endure a brutal 14 hours stuck to a bench at the police station. One cop who saw her said she was crying all over the place. She was just upset about the whole thing. Eventually, though, they let her go because there wasn't enough evidence against her. But rumor has it, she had to put up bail in exchange for spilling the beans about what happened. Meanwhile, Diddy had a tougher time. He ended up spending a few days locked up and had to deal with a whole legal mess. But in 2001, he finally got cleared of all the charges, and part of the deal was him shelling out $1.8 million to the folks who got hurt in the shooting. As per Daily Mail, prosecutor Matthew Bogdanos told a Manhattan Supreme Court jury the man taunted Combs about his wealth, and after some arguing, somebody threw cash at Combs as an insult. As total bedlam reportedly broke out, with people lunging for the fallen cash, rap protege Jamal Shine Barrow then drew a semi-automatic hand and opened fire at the man, but instead shot and wounded 3 bystanders. Years later, Jennifer decided to speak about it to Rolling Stone. "It was an unfortunate situation," she explained. "We were somewhere we shouldn't have been. It was a bad situation." While it may not have been the decisive factor, the arrest and ensuing trial undeniably cast a heavy shadow over the couple's relationship. Diddy expressed the challenges they faced, stating to an outlet, "It's a rough year, and I just want her to be happy." Echoing his sentiments, Jennifer, known as the Jenny from the Block artist, affirmed that the trial had been extremely painful and draining. She said in a show, "The Puffy era was just kind of a crazy, heightened time in my life. He had been in the music business and had all this success. I was just starting and making my first album when I met him. We had this kind of crazy, tumultuous relationship that ended in a bang." The arrest certainly strained their relationship, but Jennifer emphasizes that it was not the sole reason for its dissolution. They were inherently different individuals on divergent paths. Compatibility had been a lingering issue from the beginning, and it became more pronounced when confronted with the pressures of public scrutiny and the challenges posed by Diddy's arrest. In her own words, Jennifer explained, "Our relationship was so in the press that people didn't really take it as a serious relationship. It didn't work out. For me, it was a little more gradual. It wasn't right for me." Adding to the challenges in their relationship, Jennifer Lopez suspected that Diddy was unfaithful. In a 2003 interview with Vibe, she revealed, "I never caught him, but I just knew. He'd say he was going to a club for a couple of hours and then never come back that night." Lopez shared that her relationship with Diddy marked the first time she experienced infidelity. When asked about rumors of her searching for him from hotel room to hotel room, she responded, "I can't remember right now, but I won't say it didn't happen." The saga of infidelity rumors continued in Jennifer Lopez's relationships. In 2016, a source told People that Lopez ended things with Casper Smart because he cheated on her and he got caught. Mark Anthony, following his split from Lopez in 2011, refuted allegations of infidelity, stating to ABC News that the stories were absolutely not true.
Once I got to know him and, we became friends first, and then we developed this bond. We both understood where we were at that time.
And his wild parties in numerous clubs have always been the part of top headlines, and those parties have all kinds of tea tales. People also suggest that Diddy might be on the edge of JLo, but that incident happened. This is just one incident. Before and after his relationship with Jennifer Lopez, Diddy was romantically involved with the late Kim Porter. Diddy and Kim Porter kicked off their relationship back in the 90s and welcomed their first kid, Christian, on April 1st, 1998. Even though they split up about a year later and had some custody battles in court, they managed to stay tight and had an on-again, off-again thing for a good while. But things got rocky between Diddy and Porter when she found out he was expecting a baby with his friend Sarah Chapman in 2006. This bombshell dropped while Porter was pregnant with their twins, Delilah Starr and Jesse James, who were born in December that same year. Porter felt betrayed, and that pretty much marked the end of their relationship for good in July 2007.
Affidavit to the courts, of what she experienced. And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through.
Well, there is a never-ending list of accusations against Diddy. There are reports suggesting that Diddy might be linked to his wife, Kim Porter's death. The narrative surrounding Kim Porter's passing has taken a dark twist. Kim's best friend, Kimora Lee Simmons, has called for the investigation into her friend's unsolved death to be reopened. Kimora is adamant that she can't just go on with life as usual when the truth might be hidden. This implies that she might know something shady about what really happened to Kim.
Physically. But Kim got tired of it and she wasn't taking it. If he put his hands on her, she was going at him.
Kimora Lee rushed to Kim's house as soon as she heard the news, and the photos are proof that she was utterly devastated. The sight of her friend's lifeless body was so upsetting for her that she couldn't stop wondering what could have possibly happened to Kim because there were literally no scenes of her being sick. But due to some recent revelations, it seems that Kim's death because of pneumonia is some baloney. Well, the fact that the deputy coroner, who was in charge of the investigation, passed away literally only a few weeks ago is the first thing that is making people suspicious about the case. This is the same coroner who discovered a potentially dangerous poison when he was investigating the circumstances behind Kim Porter's death.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body.
The coroner at the time stated that the circumstances surrounding Kim's death required further investigation, but he was later replaced by another coroner, and it took that new coroner a huge amount of time to determine that the cause of Kim's death was pneumonia. This is where the story got shady because the new coroner never spoke about the toxins found in Kim's body. Was he hired by someone? And according to some reports in the last days, Kim and Diddy were not on good terms. So this is how reports have circulated to Diddy's alleged involvement in such dark acts. The fallout for Diddy has been swift and severe. According to Rolling Stone, 18 companies have terminated their partnerships with Diddy's e-commerce platform, Empower Global. The Source magazine reports that his clothing brand, Sean John, is being phased out and will no longer be sold in Macy's department stores in 2024. To compound his troubles, Radar Online states that a representative for the Recording Academy has confirmed they are considering rescinding Diddy's invitation to the upcoming 2024 Grammys. We are taking this matter very seriously, and we are in the process of evaluating it with the time and care that it deserves, the representative stated. Additionally, the hip-hop industry has long struggled with blurred lines concerning toxic masculinity and misogyny. It's heartening to witness the gatekeepers of the culture rallying together in solidarity against alleged and predatory behavior. Initially, 50 Cent's response to Diddy's alleged actions may have seemed lighthearted, but as more disturbing allegations surfaced in the media, it became alarming how numerous leaders in a billion-dollar industry could seemingly ignore ongoing complaints and rumors of A against women. One person commented, "This is one of the most horrific domestic A cases ever. He needs to be sent to prison, period. It takes a strong person to talk about this. He tried to ruin her life. I do hope Cassie is getting the help she needs." It's also time to reopen reopen Kim Porter's case and all those others who passed around Diddy. I'm talking about those who were writing tell-all books. This man is sick, period. Carisha, get out now. This A is a lifelong journey. It sticks with you forever, even when you're out of that relationship. Another one added, absolutely heartbreaking. I worked in domestic violence for years. These experiences happen all too often and go on for years. This type of A, especially with this kind of power dynamic, takes years to break free from and longer to recover from. One more person went on saying, damn, we are in the season of revelation. A lot is coming to light in such a short period of time. I wish Cassie strength and healing during this time. But have you ever thought, how is it even possible to operate such actions so smoothly without any fear of being caught? Well, if you have the upper hand, you can do anything. And the same goes with Diddy. But who are Diddy's superiors? Recent reports have suggested they are none other than the power couple. Many sources have suggested that J and Bey themselves are allegedly involved in such crimes, such as Yes reportee suggests that he was involved in the M of his alleged mistress, Kathy White. And isn't it crazy how there's almost no info on Jay-Z's supposed side chick, Kathy White, who apparently died in sketchy circumstances back in 2011? But now this journalist Liz Crowan is stirring the pot, saying she talked to Kathy before she kicked the bucket. Liz is dropping hints like crazy, suggesting Jay-Z might be in for it. And to make things juicier, old blog posts are popping up with folks claiming they saw Kathy hanging with Jay-Z and Diddy. With all this drama around Diddy, fans are thinking Jay-Z might be next in line for some serious heat.
You want to know what makes Diddy being publicly shamed like this so left? Sean Carter is...
Back in early September 2011, there was this buzz in the local news and celeb blogs about this young woman named Kathy Coriana White. Some outlets even went wild, calling her Jay-Z's supposed side chick. But you know what? The big media guns were too wrapped up in Beyonce's surprise pregnancy announcement, so Kathy's death sort of slipped past most people's radars. And get this, some of those outlets that were first to dish about it later erased any trace of Kathy from their sites, preferring to focus on Beyonce's pregnancy instead. Sketchy, right?
The night's biggest moment, of course, was Beyonce's pregnancy revelation. First, with some of the press outside the theater before the show.
Rumors started swirling after Kathy and model Claudia Jordan were supposedly seen at a Las Vegas nightclub, chilling at a table with Jay-Z and Diddy or Puff Daddy, or whatever he's calling himself these days. Seems like Kathy had her fair share of gossip swirling around her, which can't be easy to deal with. But that's the price of fame sometimes, right? But if you're feeling like doing some sleuthing and you hit up Hollywood Street King's website, you'll stumble upon 3 separate blog posts from 2010, all about Jay-Z's alleged affair with Kathy White. So in March, Liz Corkin decided to revisit her tweet about Kanye and wrote, "Note the date. Hey Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died, was emmed. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming." While some folks are brushing off Liz as just another conspiracy theorist, others are raising some serious eyebrows. The fact that Diddy was allegedly chilling with Jay-Z and Kathy is already sending off some major alarm bells. And not only this, Jay-Z and Bey also allegedly have their hands in Aaliyah's demise.
By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that record.
The rationale behind singling out Beyonce in these theories stems from the striking similarities between the two artists. Both originated from an R&B background with burgeoning acting careers, sharing similar aspirations. Some theories suggest that the Illuminati, allegedly in control of the industry, favored Beyonce to carry on the legacy, eliminating Aaliyah, who was rumored to be attempting to distance herself from these influences. Despite Beyonce's subsequent rise to global stardom, fueled by a massive fan base, some argue that Aaliyah's elimination may have been a calculated move to eliminate competition. Aaliyah's originality and unique style continue to influence female artists, and some believe that deep down, Beyonce admired Aaliyah and aspired to emulate her. Amidst the various conspiracy theories, the call for justice for Aaliyah grows stronger. Fans are adamant that the case should be reopened, with a desire to hold those allegedly involved accountable for their actions. The unsettling idea that a beloved celebrity's demise may be linked to something more sinister prompts a collective collective demand for truth and justice. One person commented, "Every person Jay's has been around or befriended either dies or their careers end. Beyonce too? What friends does they really have? I pray it is all exposed." The sad story of Aliyah goes to prove just how much Beyonce and Jay-Z really crave money and fame. And as we all know, Diddy is a billionaire now, so reports suggest that Diddy may have financially aided them to cover up his alleged crimes. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.